Alright, well, we'll see how well this works, I guess. I just thought I'd do another ASMR thing. I'm recording this with my phone, so we'll see how that video looks and everything. Um, but, um, uh, you see I'm recording around, it's actually Christmas Day I'm recording this. I just happened to be not doing our stuff till New Year's, so that's when this video is gonna hopefully go up. So I thought I would just do a simple video, and I doubt I'll do too much editing or anything to it, but yeah, this is me doing another one of those end of the year kind of a year in review things, and I feel kind of weird. Like I doubt this will be that long. I don't even have my charger plugged in or anything. Uh, Basically, I just figured like it's weird because it's not like other years. Other years I've done this. I feel like they've kind of had like there's kind of been like an arc to some of these other years, kind of like a theme of like oh, like what am I doing or learning, my goals and things I'm doing and figuring out. And this year doesn't really quite have something so much like that. There's not really a really good encompassing like this year I focused a lot on doing this, or a lot of this stuff happened or something. Um, it's actually been a really good year. Despite that, um, from a lot of the stuff I've worked at and learned and everything from previous years, I feel like this year is the first time that like I've done a good job surviving the year and enjoying it at the same time. It's not just like I gotta fix everything, and that's actually maybe a bit of the theme, I guess, here to bring up is I guess if there's any kind of overall thing I guess to bring up is that like just I don't know what the best way to phrase this, but you can basically that you can fix things, but um, while something that is fixed is definitely better than when it was broken, it's never going to be the same as when it was new. And I think that's something that's been really tough for me personally to kind of come to terms with, because a lot of it has been like, oh yeah, I messed this stuff up, so I'm trying to fix that and do better. And I feel like I've fixed a lot of that stuff and I've been doing better, but it's not the same. Friendships naturally change and evolve anyway. Um, but I feel like, yeah, sometimes I still like I'm trying. Sometimes I still feel like I'm hoping things will just go back to the way they were. But it's probably good to stop hoping for that. Partly because it'll never go back to that, but also because, um, just in general, that's probably a bad thing, right? It's probably a bad thing to go back to the way something was, because if things got messed up, well, there's probably a problem there anyway, and so things probably needed to change, I guess, is the way to phrase that, I suppose. But I don't know. Uh, I'm trying to do better at that, and also another thing is the idea that like um, to not only see the good things that I'm doing and trying to do and everything, but to not let anything like to not let things destroy that, basically. Just to have bad experiences ruin all the progress and like things that I'm doing. Like just because an interaction goes poorly, just because I make a mistake, or somebody gets upset with me, something doesn't work right, whatever. Nothing's It's never going to be perfect all the time. Some people just aren't going to get along. Some things just are gonna mistakes are going to happen. Um, that's just the way life is, and like you can do everything right and you don't necessarily get the results you want all the time. So that's okay. I shouldn't let that destroy it, totally destroy me and feel like I need to keep working on everything and fixing it and everything. What I need to do is keep in mind that like what I'm doing um, is is probably still good. And I'm like thinking about like, do I agree with what I did? Do I think that I could have done that better, or should I have done that differently based on what I knew at the time and everything? And I'm trying to keep that in perspective, and hopefully I'm doing okay at it. I guess we'll see. I mean, again, I'm not always perfect. Sometimes I'm like, I maybe should have done this. I maybe could have done that. But I'm human also, and I need to get better at not feeling. And I am kind of getting better at not letting that destroy me as hard as it used to all the time. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this is kind of a shorter thing, just because it's been a pretty good year. Um, the channel stuff, I guess we'll bake that into here. Channel review, channel cleanup, still taking forever. I'm getting somewhere, but I'm also still putting out content, and I'm also still have real life things happening, so that's making it slow. But it's getting there, and I'm getting all those highlights done. I'm getting timestamps and hashtags, and I've got ideas for things for new videos, and music, all this stuff that I want to do, and I don't know. It's coming out. It's happening. Stuff's going on. I've been a little slower at it, and that's okay. I'm trying not to stress out too much about it, and I'm getting there. This year, I got a new laptop. I got a Steam Deck. Um, feel like I went a little crazy this year with some of the purchases I did. I guess maybe I shouldn't have bought as many things as I did, but they should be set for a while, so that should help. And basically, I don't know. It's like I say, there's not as much to report here and say, just because I feel like my whole my year was pretty good. My year had a lot, especially around Christmas. Holy shit, a lot of really good stuff happening. A lot of things like working out, things that are surprising me and better than I expected. It's been pretty crazy, and that's been nice. My channel actually finally got over 500 subscribers, and not just like dancing around like you have 500, 501, 498, and just like jumping around there. Like I'm at like the last I looked today, I think was like 517. So I gotta either YouTube has to purge a lot of ghost accounts, or I have to say some controversial stuff before I jump back down under 500. So I still maybe want to do something special for that. I just don't know what I would do. Um, and that's really cool. I think I'm just over 300 followers on Instagram right now. That could easily dip back down though. Social media stuff, I started up a bunch of it. I've kind of stopped on a bunch of it, but I'm still kind of focusing mostly on Instagram and YouTube. Those are my main places of being, and I like it. I don't know. I'm I don't know. Been enjoying stuff. Got new editing software. Adobe Premiere Elements. That's a lot more advanced than I need it to be, but it is also really powerful, which is what I wanted to get good quality stuff out of it. So, yeah, I don't know. Lots of cool stuff happening this year, and I don't know. It's hard to really say a whole lot about it. I guess just because so many things happened that were cool to me. I don't think anybody out there necessarily cares. Like, I think friends probably would, but I probably already told them about it. I don't know. Yeah, stuff. It just seemed like this year was less of a struggle, less of a fight for a lot of things. It was a lot more relaxed, and like I kind of. It almost felt like I took a year off in the sense of like I'm not constantly like hating myself or trying to like be a better person or do all this other stuff. I'm kind of coasting. I'm like, okay, stuff I built here is pretty good. Things are going pretty good, and I'm just kind of enjoying it, and that's good to do. Also, it's nice to have, you know, it's just nice to have time where you're like, oh yeah, I like life and being me. It's kind of nice to feel that sometimes. Even if I make, jokes, even if I make jokes that are contrary to that sometimes, I do those less, but I still do them. I just they're not quite as mean. They don't have the same bite to them as when I actively did not like myself. So that's something. That's improvement. Um, and yeah, a lot of my projects for Christmas stuff, anyways, came out on time somehow. That's crazy. Um, just lots of cool stuff happening. Um, and I don't know. That's Rogue Legacy 2 came out this year. Splatoon 3 came out this year. It's kind of crazy year. I watched all the new fangled Star Wars movies, or I guess the last 3 of the whatever a nineology would be. I'm pretty sure it's not that, but whatever that actual word is, there's 9 of them, and I watched the last 3. I watched all of them because I wanted to play Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga. So that was a good excuse to watch those. Uh, lots of stuff. I don't think I even did a video talking much about those or anything either. I think I was going to, and then I decided not to. But I don't know. You can watch lots of people better qualified to talk about movies than me, so it's probably better to do that, I think. And yeah, as far as this stuff, like I was saying, kind of thinking of this to myself, for upcoming stuff in the channel. Music, what's to deal with Sam, and game reviews will all kind of happen as they do. They just, as I get motivated and actually do stuff with those, that'll happen. I think that I'd also like to stream on the weekends as much as I can, and get back into doing that regularly. And I'd also like to, I like to get an ASMR video out every week. I don't know how I'll be able to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to keep that up unless they're shorter and simpler ones. So maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. I don't know. We'll see what actually happens with it whenever they're done. Whenever they're done is probably a good way to do it. Because otherwise, if I try to space everything out, sometimes I feel like I just end up with this big backlog of stuff, and then it's like, hey, this thing I did months ago, I just put out now. So you're still gonna see lots of stuff from 2022 and earlier still coming out for a bit while I try to get everything back out there. I guess I started posting on TikTok, and I was doing it daily for a while, and then I kind of took a unintended hiatus. I'm gonna try to keep that up till all those things are down, but I just don't really like TikTok as a platform, so I should delete it. I should get rid of it. But if the one person that's on there that wants me on there still wants me on there, I might stay. I guess it doesn't hurt to have stuff on there, but I don't think it helps, because I don't think once they are seen for the first few days, I don't think they get seen too often after that. I don't think they get put back into the algorithm or into people's hey, look at this place, So I don't know if it's worth it to bother with that. But anything that's good, it's mostly just me posting music that you've already heard on the channel here. So it's mostly just trying to get the music out more to more people, and a few random things on there. So some of the random things, if they're good, I'll probably pull those off and upload those to YouTube if I delete the TikTok thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I really got. I mean, this video could have been even shorter, but I like ASMR videos to be at least long enough to kind of fall asleep to. Maybe I guess you could loop it, you could put it in a playlist, whatever. That's fine, but I don't know. Definitely feels like I know things are still kind of crazy in the world, and it just feels less crazy than when everything was locked down and everything like that. I mean, we have crazy, obviously more things happening. That's also still happening. We're just hearing about it less right now. At least I am. As someone who's not watching the news, it's not as everywhere as it was immediately. So, I don't know. I guess I just feel like this year wasn't, to me, as somebody who's much more disconnected, than the average person. I thought this year was not quite as crazy as 2020 or even 2021. Um, aside from, aside from Russia, Ukraine stuff, I forget if that happened at the end of last year or if that was just earlier this year. But it was nuts. Not a great note to end on, is it? But yeah, I don't know. For me, it's been like I said, it's at least for me, it's been a pretty good year. And hoping 2023 is going to be nice too. I guess other goals beyond those things are like I also want to do. Obviously I want to get a new album out. I don't know if that'll happen, but I would like to. And start streaming again and all that. And I also want to. I want to play all the N64 games that I have, both physically and on Nintendo Switch Online. I kind of want to get a focus on those to get those done. I just think that would be cool. And like I've kind of told people, if I was ever going to do a full set of games for any system, it would be for Nintendo 64, just because I really like the system. And I did have to fix my system earlier. Well, I tried to. Tried cleaning it out, didn't fix the problem. I switched the power supply. That I think fixed it. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. There's lots of games I want to play, and I'm gonna hopefully stop buying so many games in 2023 so I can actually catch up a bit on ones I really want to hit. And oh, that's kind of how it's going. See how it happens. And I don't know. Again, I don't want to share too many things that are super personal because I feel like that'll be weird. But I guess I've talked to people about those things, so it's probably fine. I don't know. Why bring it up then? Because I'm padding out the runtime, so you have enough time to relax and fall asleep and do all that good ASMR stuff you do when you're listening to ASMR. Unfortunately, I don't have any other cool sounds happening. Like it could have been like, oh, here's this present sounds. Next to the tree, but I didn't do that. Except for right there, I did. But maybe I should focus more on doing those because rambles are really easy to do, but that's all I do in like every video anyway. Do we really need a, like, if anything, I should just bring back some of the ASMR Let's Plays and just make live streams of those and play through stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, hopefully this was kind of neat or something. I don't know, entertaining, interesting, and hopefully you guys had a good year. Also, I don't know. You want to talk about your year? Leave that in the comments. Talk about games you played, stuff you did, things you want to do in the next year, all that good stuff. Obviously, I don't have any huge plans or anything, but maybe you'll get inspired by other people commenting. Maybe I'll get inspired by you. I don't know. But I'm still here. I'm still small enough to reply to basically every comment that I get. People do comment on my stuff. Still, I'm surprised people are like, "Oh wow, this guy's still doing videos." Like, yeah. And then they're also like, "Wow, this guy is still replying to comments this long later. This is like 8 years ago. This video was posted." It's like, well, I'm still here. I'm still nobody. I'm still small enough to talk to you. So, I might be fat, but I'm not that fat yet. Yeah. On that note, Happy New Year. My stop button's over here. That's why I'm hovering.